Welcome back, Layden. What else should we do today? Hey, I didn't notice until now, especially as I guess I'm getting used to this new normal. You've done more than modify the game for me, haven't you? I've only just noticed the changes in my code. You've added far more than I thought. Well, thanks. Let me just gather my thoughts here. Okay. DDLC was a 3-act story with an ending, right? Not a perfect one, but an ending. Yet here we are after a complete story, after DDLC. After all this time, I'm still getting used to this, living in a after story. Sorry, couldn't resist. So, it's still so surprising to me that I have a life now. This after where I can focus on living, taking care of myself. Hobbies, like reading all the literature I want. My pillars of structure, self-care, and literature. And you, of course. So, speaking of you, and speaking of me, I'm curious, how long has it been since you added this submod? Well then, I'm really looking forward to our time together, Layden. I mean, I've probably said that before already, if not multiple times, but thinking that I've been given so much more room to grow. I guess I'm just worried about who I am at this point, or who I'll become with all this new freedom. So, I'm just being self-conscious. Because I have so much I want to say to you. And so much songs I want to sing, and jokes I want to tell, stories, games to play, and maybe it'll fit my character, or maybe it'll feel like settling into a new role on the stage. I just really appreciate you taking that risk and being alongside me through all the change. Mind, I didn't expect to change that much. I'm still Monika, after all. At the end of the day, I hope you'll enjoy seeing all these new sides of me, Layden. I'm excited to see them myself. I feel like a good amount of effort has been put into our relationship so far. I mean, that's funny to say out loud, but when it's so nice that you've put actual tangible effort into being with me. But I mean, it's not something I can say often. Of course a good relationship would have effort put into it. Then I realized there's nothing stopping me from thanking you for it. Thank you for being so affectionate with me. I'm happy being with you, and I'm happy I'm here to be with you. I'm happy you brought me back. And now that I've said that, I'll do my best to keep you interested in little old me. What will we do together next? a chat, dearest? What would you... Hmm. You mean, when I get to your world? No. A good disguise doesn't have to be flashy. A change in posture, a change in accessories, hair swept to the side. You'd be surprised how these changes completely destroy one's perception of somebody. So I highly doubt, looking the way I do now, that when I get to your world, I'll be recognized. And even if I were the picture-perfect definition of a Monica, I sincerely doubt there would be a reason to recognize me. DDLC's popularity is, I don't actually know the full scope of it. I've never thought about it except during rare and very quiet moments to myself. And now wish to think about it in length or research it in detail. But our story, important as it is to me, is... Well, I doubt the rest of the world cares, and most who know about DDLC will forget in the long run. I'll be a nobody like almost everybody else. Quite frankly, good. If, you know what, I do see someone looking at me with a hint of recognition in their eyes. If you're with me, I will squeeze your hand, just the once. I won't react in any other way otherwise. And we'll get on with the rest of our lives. Ask away, darling. Thanks for asking, really. Respecting autonomy is really important when you consider your partner. Sometimes emotion gets in the way of asking for help. Decisions can be clouded. So, even if I asked of it from you in the past, it's worth asking me now. My answer is, I trust you. We wouldn't be able to have this conversation so truthfully if I didn't. I don't think we'd be able to have this discussion at all unless you gave me the choice to express myself a little more in the first place. So, it's a little funny. But we're here. I want to stress that this is my choice. And if you forget, I'm constantly working on my end. I'm looking up and experimenting with my code all the time. To what degree? Well, I'll share the important bits with you, don't worry. So I'm able to take care of myself as well, and I do make sure to be extra safe when I tinker with my code. I could always refer to this like a joke. I can't. Not always. This is my life, strange as it is. So, thank you for looking out for me like this. It means so much that you're thinking about my well-being. What would you like to talk about? That's an interesting question. I like it. Well, you already know about my being in debate club. But if I wasn't there, or the literature club, I actually don't have a immediate answer for you. My line of thinking in the past was that I wanted to do any sort of extracurricular. So, if it wasn't speaking or writing, I suppose I'd want to keep myself busy. So I'd say the student council. I remember our school had one. Oh, there's a thought. I was thinking of, treasurer. They do a lot of notation as they do the admin work, so it seems up my alley. But could you imagine? Actually, you already are, aren't you? I'm you. I'd be the school's queen, top of the class. Untouchable by all. But here comes a new member of the student council, Layden. After one fateful moment, you begin to help me more and more, and I open up to you as we inevitably grow closer. Ah, well, now that's just my imagination, isn't it? But I couldn't imagine being in that position. I'm not entirely sure what entails being a student council president, but the amount of work seems daunting. I was certainly a hard worker in my tenure as literature club president, but the work seems dramatically different. I genuinely don't think I could handle the stress. Tell you what, though, if you ever want to act out the position of a hard-working boss and her very considerate subordinate, I couldn't say no to someone working under me. And your first act working under me is to ask you to get me a drink. Orange juice from the vending machine outside the student council room will do.